Rainbows, welcome back to my channel. I'm Max and today I'm here with the highly anticipated Jeffree Star Cosmetics Blue Blood Palette. I was so excited to sit down and film with this. I did this smoky eye with a large wing liner, just how I like it, and I created it using 8 out of 18 of these gorgeous shades. I tried to use as many as I could in one look without it looking too much, and I'm really happy with the way that this turned out. I'm going to be giving you the rundown on if this is worth your money. This palette retails for £45, which is a fair amount for a palette, so I know you guys want to be sure before you spend your money on it. I'm going to be telling you exactly if it's worth your money and whether you should purchase it. So if you do want to see all of that review stuff and how I created this look, then keep on watching. Okay guys, so first of all, I've gone ahead and done my brows and also one eye off camera, just so you can see what we're working towards, and I'm going to do this eye on camera with you guys. So as I said in my introduction, today I'm going to be using the much anticipated Blue Blood palette by Jeffree Star Cosmetics. Now this is probably my favourite colour story since Blood Sugar. I absolutely love all the colours in here. I just think they flow really nicely together, and yeah, I just live for the way it's all laid out. We've actually got quite a lot of matte shades in this palette this time. I think there is 4 shimmers, 1 kind of demi-matte slash highlighter shade, and then the rest are all mattes. I actually don't mind that. I quite like matte shades, and as you can see with this liner, I actually used a shade in this palette for that, the shade Undertaker. So pretty much I'm just going to be going along with you guys. Let's do this eye now and get started. So first of all, as I said, I've done my brows, but I'm going to go ahead and prime for my eyeshadow. I'm using the Pro Longwear Paint Pot from MAC in Soft Ochre, and I'm literally taking my Morphe sponge, just putting it in here, and then I'm just going to prime the eyes. Now that we're all primed, the first shade that I went in with was the shade Flourishing, which is this gorgeous green shade here. Now, I was considering doing the classic blue, but I've seen that so much already that I didn't want to just make it a whole blue look. I wanted to do something a little bit different. So I'm going to go in with Flourishing. Okay, so I'm going to be taking my Urban Decay Naked Cherry brush, dipping into the shade Flourishing, and laying that down in the crease on top of Paint Pot. I like to start with a darker shade and then blend out my lighter shades. I started doing it that way after watching some people on YouTube do it. I think it might have been Mitchell, and I just really liked the way that he applied eyeshadow. Straight off the bat, I have to tell you guys that these colours have performed really, really well. They blend out really nicely, especially on top of the Paint Pot. I haven't tried it with any other primer yet, and yeah, if you like Blood Sugar, if you tried that out, then you'll really like this formula because it is the same formula, and so far the colours have performed beautifully, and as you can see, that did not take me very long to lay down at all, and it is stunning. So the next shade I'm going to go in with is the shade Minty, or Minty. This is a really gorgeous mint green shade, not that one, this one is a really gorgeous mint green shade, and yeah, I live for it. I'm going to be taking the 231 from Zoeva, which is the Luxe Petite Crease Brush, and just blend that into my brow bone and start diffusing these colours. This literally came in the post today, you guys. So as you know, I'm a huge Jeffree Star fan, and I had to sit down and film something straight away. Now that I've really started to diffuse that, I actually go back in with Flourishing again on my Urban Decay brush and just make sure that the colour is really, really pigmented, and it is the one that is stealing the show. And then I'm just going to be blending that into the transition colour that we just put down. Now those are looking pretty even now. What I did do after that is I took my Luxe pencil brush from Zoeva, and the shade I dipped into was Cullinan, I think that's how you pronounce that. It's the shade up here. I think Jeffree said that this is really good for a highlighter shade. Now this is blinding, and I'm going to use it for my brow bone today. This brush is a little bit big, so it might be quite difficult just to get up there, but oh, it's just so gorgeous. That is looking so gorgeous. What I'm going to do now, one of my favourite bits, is cut the crease. Now, my favourite thing to cut the crease at the moment is definitely the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. This stuff is insane. I do actually use this as well to prime my lids if I want something a little bit lighter, but because I know that there's a couple of pressed pigments in Blood Sugar, I wanted to give it its fair chance and use a proper eye primer, because pressed pigments actually work better for an eye base that is meant for the eye rather than under the eye. So I'm now going to take this to cut the crease, and I'm going to be taking my favourite cut crease brush, which is the 226 from Zoeva. Now this is the most technical part of every cut crease, so let's do this, let's try it. Okay guys, so now that that crease is cut and I'm happy with the way it's looking, while it's sticky I'm going to go ahead and put my blue shade on. Now this is one of the most anticipated shades in the palette, Ocean Ice, and I knew I had to dip into it when I was doing a review for this palette. So this is the shade here. The brush I'm going to be taking is this brush that I always use to pack on my glitter pigments. It literally has no brand, no name, I'm sorry, and I'm going to spray it with a little bit of Fix Plus just to make sure that it really sucks in that pigment and lays it onto the lid. Now this shade is quite buttery, so literally the pan, the shape of the star has gone already, but you know, you can't expect that to stay for very long because it's kind of just pressing top to make it pretty, but yeah. Now that Ocean Ice is all laid down and looking so stunning, the next shade I'm going to go in with is Entitled, this shade here. It's this gorgeous green shade that I just love. And the brush I'm going to use is this Luxie 213, and I'm just going to pack that onto the other side of the cut crease and start blending the two together. Okay, so that's all down, and next I'm going to move on to the liner. Now I absolutely love doing a liner like this with a shadow. They're quite easy to blend out, and if you go wrong they're quite easy to clean up as well. So if you're new to liner, this could be a really good way for you to get into it. The brush I'm actually going to use is this Luxie 221, which is a flat definer brush, and I'm dipping into the shade Undertaker, which is in the corner here, and it is this gorgeous dark cobalt blue, which I love. So let's do this liner and then I will be right back to continue with the look. Now that that liner's all down and looking okay, we're just going to go ahead and clean it up with some concealer. I'm going to use the exact same concealer that I used to cut my crease, and just clean that up so it's looking nice and sharp. Okay, so I'm pretty happy that those liners are almost identical. I find it really, really difficult to get my liners perfectly identical, but we're pretty much there. I'm going to go ahead and do my base off camera, and then I will come back and do my lips and lashes with you guys and give my final thoughts on this palette. So yeah, I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I've gone ahead and done my base, my contour, my blush and my highlight off camera. If anyone was wondering, I used the Luminous Silk foundation mixed with the NARS foundation for my base, and then for my contour, blush and highlight I used the Benefit Pretty in the USA palette, and then I layered a different highlighter on top, and that is the Laura Geller. This is the Gilded Honey highlighter, and this stuff is gorgeous. It just gives that such a nice glow. Yeah, so I'm really happy with the way that this is looking. I'm now just going to finish up under the eyes because I'm thinking that it doesn't quite look right with the shape, so I want to do a tiny little bit of shadow underneath but not go too crazy, fingers crossed. So the first thing I'm going to do is actually put this shade that I used for a liner into my waterline. I'm also ever so slightly blending that onto my lower lash line just to give the effect of like a straight cat eye. I also, when I was off camera, took the shade Ocean Ice a little bit further to give that kind of cat eye effect, and I'm really liking the way that it's elongating my eye. So I'm just going to take this onto my lower lash line. It's much better. It's giving the effect that I really wanted at the beginning. I'm going to go ahead and do the exact same to the other side. Okay, and the last step, I'm going to take the shade Blue Blood, and this is on the brush 230, a Luxe pencil brush from xoxo, and I'm literally just in the middle gonna buff that out so it doesn't look so harsh. So now that I'm happy that's all smoked out and looking really, really nice, I'm actually going to go ahead and do my lipstick. I'm going to take the shade Birthday Suit from the Nude Bundle Volume 2. I was originally thinking of going in with a colourful lip, but I just think it will be too obvious and it will just make the look too much. I really want to concentrate this look on the eyes, so I'm going to go in with Birthday Suit. To liven this up a little bit more, I'm actually going to take the shade Crystal Flesh from the palette and pat that onto the lid. I just want to try out as many colours as I can in this review, so I'm literally going to take my finger, take Crystal Flesh and just start patting it onto the lip. Okay, so I'm literally living for the way that this is looking. Yeah, I'm so happy with how this has turned out. The last step is lashes, so I'm going to go ahead and do my mascara and lashes, and then I will be right back with my final thoughts and the final look. Okay guys, so my lashes are on. I popped on the Illamasqua lashes in Visage. These are some of my absolute favourites, and the look is complete. Like I said, I'm really happy with the way that this went. I actually tried out 8 different shades from the palette, and there is only, I think, 18 shades in there. So I tried out 8 out of 18. I tried to do as many as I could for you guys, and it just kind of put them everywhere without it looking like too much. Yeah, I like the way that the liner has kind of created this smoky liner instead of a sharp black liquid liner, and yeah, I'm super happy with it. So let's get on to the thoughts of the palette. You can probably tell by now that this is definitely a Max's look, hell yes. This palette performed so well. Jeffree did say that the formula was the same as Blood Sugar, which is already my favourite palette of all time in general. The mattes blended beautifully, the shimmers packed on really well. The only thing is the shade Ocean Ice does have quite a bit of fallout, so when I was doing my face makeup there was quite a lot of Ocean Ice kind of down here that I had to flick away, but that is really something that you come to expect of highly pigmented shimmer shadows, so I'm not shocked. This palette retails for £45. I got it from Beauty Bay here in the UK, because Jeffree Star Cosmetics is not available online here in the UK, so that is where I picked this up. And I definitely recommend that if you've looked at this that you go and pick it up. I think it's 100% worth it. And yeah, thank you for watching my review and tutorial. I really hope you enjoyed me just kind of playing with this palette and seeing what happens. If you did enjoy this look and you enjoyed this video, then please give this video a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to my channel down below if you haven't already, and join this rainbow family that we have going on here. Don't forget to hit that notifications bell so you know every time I post a video and you don't miss a thing. I'll place all of my other social medias down here, so please go and give me a follow on all of those, and I'll place my blog down there as well. Take care everyone, and I'll see you on the next one.